The Christmas That Almost Wasn't is a feature film from 1966. This is directed by Rossano Brazzi. It's written by Brazzi and Paul Tripp. And we have Alberto Rabagliati, I apologise if I mispronounced that, playing Santa Claus. And we also have Paul Tripp as Sam Whipple and Lydia Brazzi as Mrs. Claus. And this is not a good film. It really isn't. I didn't realise the rating on IMDb was 3.5 out of 10. That's across 950 reviews and ratings. I didn't look at the rating before watching it. That being said, I still would have watched it because I want to watch every Christmas film. But I might have went in with lower expectations. I had never heard of this, and it sounded really interesting because Santa Claus doesn't have the money to have Christmas because he owes money and he has to find a way to make the money so that there is Christmas, otherwise there won't be any Christmas, and that's what the film is about. And I don't want to spoil it in too much detail in case you do decide to watch it, and I will say if you want to watch every Christmas film, then give it a go. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. But if you're just looking for a recommendation for a Christmas film, then I'd say that this one is not worth watching. The concept is interesting. I do like the concept. The character of Santa Claus is very likeable. He's not as jolly as a lot of other Santa Clauses, but that's understandable because he's in a very difficult situation. And I kind of like that. We had a bit of a different take on the character of Santa Claus. And the characters are all likeable or well written. The performances are really good. The only things I don't like about this, and one of them is kind of a big deal, and that's the fact that the narrative is just boring. It is so dull. So I did like the characters. I did enjoy watching the performances, but the actual story itself, although an interesting idea, it wasn't interesting in the execution. Also, some of the camera work is a little bit shaky. It's not the end of the world. I can deal with that, but that's just one more thing that made it, well, significantly less than ideal. Do I recommend it? Only if you're on a mission to watch every Christmas film, because it is watchable, but I don't think it's an enjoyable experience. But as I said, the performances are actually pretty good. So there are some good things in it, but if you're looking for a good Christmas story, then unfortunately, once you get past the initial idea, it kind of falls flat. So watch it if it sounds like it will appeal to you, at least in some way. But if you're just looking for a recommendation for a decent Christmas film or a film about Santa Claus, then The Christmas That Almost Wasn't is not really one that I'd recommend.